Talk about a curveball.
Clean up on aisle 5.
At Morgan & Morgan, we know injuries can come out of left field. As America's largest injury law firm, we've recovered over $20 billion for our clients. If you've been injured in an accident, call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
And Team Bravo, backyard recon complete. And Command, lounge chair secured. Requesting permission to flank the watermelon at the picnic table.
Nate here, owner of Blue Sky Pest Control. Your backyard is for summer fun, not an ant invasion. Call 602-BLUE-SKY today. We'll defend your pool deck, secure your picnic spots, and stop ants before they overrun your summer. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pests.
Hi, fans. This is Dave Pash, sports broadcaster, journalist, and longtime Arizona resident. Dignity Health knows the importance of a healthy, active lifestyle. We want to get you back on your feet quickly so you can return to play, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete. If you're ready to feel the glory, not the pain, find a provider and schedule an appointment today at dignityhealth.org/AZortho. Dignity Health, a proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Honeywell Aerospace Technologies is proud to partner with the Arizona Diamondbacks to support STEM education in Arizona schools through the Future Shaper STEM Grants program. 10 schools will receive $5,000 each to fund STEM projects that inspire students and teachers. Are you looking for a rewarding career? Do you want to work for a company that is positively impacting the world through cutting-edge aerospace technology and community engagement? If so, Honeywell Aerospace Technologies is the place for you. Visit www.
Features Yastrzemski, Adames, Devers, Flores, Lee, Matos, Bailey, Fitzgerald, and Wisely. And on the mound for the Giants, it'll be the 26-year-old right-hander Landon Roop. Roop, again, in his second season in the majors, has made 16 starts and so far 6-5 with a 3.43 ERA. The Diamondbacks record 43 wins, 42 losses. Leading off at shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo. Batting second at second base, Ketel Marte. Batting third at first base, Pavin Smith. And batting fourth, DH Josh Naylor. Batting fifth at third base, Eugenio Suarez. Batting sixth in left field, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Batting seventh in right field, Jake McCarthy. Batting eighth in center field, Alec Thomas. And rounding out the starting nine, catcher Jose Herrera. Again, for the Diamondbacks, it'll be Perdomo, Marte, Smith, Naylor, Suarez, Gurriel, McCarthy, Thomas, and Herrera. And Candy on the mound for the Diamondbacks, veteran right-hander Merrill Kelly.
Boy, Merrill Kelly really having a nice career. 60 wins, 48 losses with the 3.79 ERA. 7-4 this year in his 17 starts with the 3.49 ERA. He's been pitching the ball outstanding. He's striking out over 9 guys per 9 innings. He's walking less than 2.5 guys per 9 innings. He keeps the ball in the ballpark. And he really gets on a roll. And he's really done well against the Giants. He's done well with the strikeouts also and getting deep into games, and that's something that Torrey really needs. And you can call him the ace of the staff, and usually when you got your best pitcher out there, the team's got to respond. So looking for a good D-back game to put together now.
And one thing we didn't even mention in the open is the return of Josh Naylor to the lineup. Scratched yesterday, but a group that has been scoring runs without Naylor, without Carroll, without Moreno. They get one of those pieces back, and a dangerous group becomes even that much more potent.
Yeah, you're talking about a 300 hitter with power, gets a lot of doubles. I don't know if he's going to be stealing bases, but like he was early in the year, but it's good to have his bat back, and it's a potent one.
So Kelly getting the last of his warm-up tosses in. Paul Clemens calling balls and strikes. Ramon DeJesus is at first. Quinn Walcott at second. And the crew chief, Adrian Johnson, is positioned at third. The gray unis didn't work so well for the Giants the first 2 games. They've switched to the black alternates. Black jerseys with bright orange letters and numbers on the front and back. The D-backs in their white uniform sets, white jerseys and pants. A Diamondback A on the left breast pocket to go with Sedona red hats and black bills. Mike Yastrzemski leads off for the second straight day. The roof is closed. The panels are closed. A point of the finger by Paul Clemens. And let's get to it. Kelly ready, the right-hander into his wind. And the first pitch of the ball game. Swing and a miss, and away we go. First pitch at 6:41.
Goes right after him with that fastball, a little bit up in his zone, away. Now, Yastrzemski's got a lot of at-bats against him, 43 at-bats. He does have 3 home runs against Merrill.
Tons of starts against the Giants in his career, the 0-1. And there's a swing and a ball out to deep right field. McCarthy is back at the wall, gone. Leadoff home run by Mike Yastrzemski. It is his 8th. And just as you mentioned, the home run totals coming into this one, Yastrzemski tacks on another. It's 1-0.
Yeah, that's his 4th now career home run against Merrill. He just got a fastball, and it was kind of about mid-thigh high, and he timed it up. And McCarthy gave it a great effort, but just a little bit too far.
Better start for the Giants. And now here is Adames, who homered yesterday. He's got 10 on the year. Right-handed hitter, first pitch to him, and that is a strike. So far in this series, Adames 2 for 7.
Yeah, really not swinging it well for the Giants at all, but he's had some pretty decent history against Merrill.
Swing and a miss. Kelly dropped the changeup. It's 0-2.
And talking about that changeup, a 51% swing miss rate on that changeup. It's really good. And the more often he can get to the point to throw that change, I think the better his outing's going to be.
0-2. Tried to check his swing. Did he? No. Ramon De Jesus pulls the trigger and gets a few chirps from the Giant dugout as Adames down on strikes. And now De Jesus, the 2 hands, saying that's enough.
It was a strike anyway. It was in the box. He actually probably should have been struck out twice.
And now Adames is staring, and people are still arguing. And now he does the veteran move and just turns his back on the Giant dugout. No need to eject anybody in the top of the first. Here is Rafael Devers, and swing and miss. Been a lot of that so far in this series.
Devers really struggling, especially in this series. D-backs have really had his number.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another swing and miss. Dropped the changeup on him. And the count is 0-2. In this series, Devers 1 for 8, 6 strikeouts. By 0-2, off the plate away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And I know, Kenny, that we've had the balanced schedule now for, I think this is the 3rd year. But still, he spent a majority of his career with the Red Sox, so still probably getting acclimated to National League pitching. As the 1-2 swung on, and is it held on by Herrera? Yes, it is. Make that 7 strikeouts for Devers in the series, and back-to-back strikeouts by Kelly.
What's interesting is Merrill just goes after him with his best pitch, which is the changeup. But everybody else has been just pouring high fastballs by him. So a nice little contrast and same result.
1-0 Giants. 2 down. Here is Wilmer Flores. And first pitch to him. That is just off the outside edge. You can't have 2 DHs in your lineup, so Flores has been forced to take a spot on the field. Yesterday was at third base. Today it's over at first. It was now the 1-0 pitch. And Flores takes down low. 2 balls, no strikes to count. For a guy who's 33 years old, doesn't move particularly well, he's still a just A-plus hitter.
He can hit.
A 2-0 swing and a foul.
Even when Wilmer was a member of the Diamondbacks, he was very challenged defensively, even at a younger age.
Came up as a 21-year-old with the Mets and spent 6 years in New York before a brief stint with the Diamondbacks in 2019. As this 2-1 is low, 3 balls and a strike. Him and Merrill Kelly were teammates that year. And then since, he's been with the Giants ever since, and he's been a really productive player for San Francisco. Far better than he was with the 6 years in New York. The 3-1. And it's off the plate, ball 4, a 2-out walk. And it keeps the inning going for a pretty nifty hitter in Jung-Hoo Lee.
Boy, he was really staying patient against Merrill and laid off that last pitch, which was a cutter just off the plate.
Lee did not feature in the first game of this series, or pardon me, the game last night. He was in the first game of the series, as now he swings. He uncorks a deep shot towards the pool in right center field. McCarthy back. It's over his head. It's off the base of the wall. Flores rounding third. He's going to try and score. The throw from Perdomo goes to third. It's not going to be in time. And that is going to be a 2-out RBI triple to double the Giant lead.
Well, that was just a fastball, but middle. Lee was all over it. He was just waiting for that to look like. And I'm actually shocked that ball stayed in. And McCarthy almost caught that ball. And Flores kind of had a nice little secondary lead on that. If he didn't have that, I don't know if he would have even scored on that.
Runner at third, 2 outs for Luis Matos. Had a pinch hit double. And what do we have here? Jose Herrera going to go out for a slow mound visit.
Normally you don't see Merrill give up extra base hits at all. I mean, really good. If you get a hit, it might be a base hit.
Of course, nowadays, anytime you give up consistent hard contact in the first inning, you must be tipping your pitches.
Isn't that the truth? Even with pitch calm.
2-0 Giants, top of the first. A home run by Adames and then a RBI triple by Lee. Has set up Matos. First pitch to him. And he takes a strike. Well, if you're Bob Melvin, this is exactly what you needed. Offense has been struggling. It was for what felt like the majority of June. And wasn't a whole lot better in the first day of July. As the 0-1 pitch swung on, bouncer to third, backhanded by Suarez, and a high throw to first, but Pavin keeps his foot on the bag. Ooh, that could have been costly. Instead, it puts an end to a 2-run first inning for the Giants. They get 2 hits and a walk, and we go to the bottom of the first. D-backs coming up after this.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you'd never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Fry's shoppers. You never compromise. Fry's. Fresh for everyone.
D-backs Front Office Focus. Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Landon Roop is staked out to an early 2-0 lead as we begin the bottom of the first. And first pitch to Geraldo Perdomo. That is a strike. The count is 0-1.
Now Roop will come at you with really a two-seamer, curveball, changeup, and cutter, but he's got a very low arm angle. And because of that, he's going to get a lot of run and a lot of sink on his fastball. Not going to be that four-seam variety.
Here's the 0-1, and Perdomo takes outside. He's also going to come at you quickly. One of the fastest working pitchers in Major League Baseball. As now the 1-1 pitch is too high. 2-1 the count.
He can walk you also. He also gives up more hits than innings pitched. So kind of a pitcher now that pitches the contact.
And the 2-1. That's a strike called. A late call by Clemens, but it was the right one. It's now 2-2.
Yeah, Perdomo didn't like the call, but again, that late movement that Roop has.
There's a swing. Fly ball right center field. That is sinking quickly, and it's down in front of Jung-Hoo Lee, a leadoff base hit.
Nice job by Perdomo getting a curveball this time, middle of the plate. Didn't hit it real hard, but he got it in the right place. And Lee, it seemed like he was very slow getting to that ball, and it drops in front of him.
That's the first hit of the game, presented by New Vision Auto Glass. New Vision and the Arizona Diamondbacks Foundation are teaming up to donate funds to veterans with every hit this season as part of the Hits for Heroes program. Here is All-Star starter Ketel Marte as he takes, oh my goodness, pitch right in the box. It is 0-1. Well, if that's going to be the top of the strike zone for Ketel, might as well give the D-backs a 2-1 lead. Or 2-2 scoreline, I should say. Swing instead of pop up here. He chased a pitch down. And the shortstop, Adames, on the dirt, makes the catch. And there is now one out.
Like I said, he's not going to get a whole lot of swing and misses up there, but a lot of movement. You got to stay with it as a hitter.
And he's found a way, Candy, to make it work. Last time out against the White Sox, picked up the win. 7 hits, 1 unearned run allowed. Only 4 strikeouts. He really comes into this game throwing some of the best ball he has all year. As first pitch, Pavin goes after a changeup below the zone.
You have to be very patient as a hitter with him because his ball is going to move out of the zone and it's going to sink. So you got to make sure he brings it up.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on, grounded right back to Roop. He steps and throws to second for 1 on to first. A backhand pick made by Flores in time, double play, 1-6-3. And just like that, the D-backs are out of the inning, and we go to the second. Giants 2, and the D-backs nothing on the Morgan & Morgan.
The San Francisco Giants travel to Chase Field on June 30th for a 4-game series to take on the D-backs. Get your tickets today at dbacks.com.
D-backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Top of the second inning, Giants with a 2-0 lead. Leading off it is catcher Patrick Bailey. 7, 8, 9 coming up for San Francisco. And Kelly, first pitch is swung on. That's hit to right. Long run for McCarthy, but he will track it down. 1 pitch, 1 out, and let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. Now the Morgan & Morgan.
KMBP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
Here is Tyler Fitzgerald.
Well, one thing we've seen about the Giants in this game, they are swinging the bat. Like early.
First pitch, there's a swing and a foul headed right towards the radio booth.
Did you see that?
I did. And I was trusting it was going to miss a tiny bit low, knowing that if I was wrong, it was going to hurt a lot.
Great judgment.
Here's the 0-1. And that one is off the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to count.
I was getting a little worried about you right there for half a second.
Locked in here. A 1-1 pitch. Reached for and missed. It's 1-2. To go back to the point you just made, I wonder how much of that, Candy, is the reaction to Zach Gallen flooding the strike zone yesterday with first pitch 4-seamers.
You know, it might have something to do with it, too. You know, Nelly was really the same way.
1-2. Swung on, fouled again. The Giants had one roster move prior to the game today. It was more on the pitching side of things. Mason Black recalled from AAA Sacramento. 1-2 now. And that is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Carson Seymour, who had that heavy workload towards the end of the game, obviously not going to be available for a few days. So Giants needed the pitching. 2-2 pitch now, and Fitzgerald takes outside. It is still just diabolical to me that the River Cats and the Athletics are sharing the same facility all year round. I mean, that is just silly.
And it's an awful lot for a field to take also, but...
Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be inside, ball 4. Second walk issued by Merrill.
A lot of things Merrill normally doesn't do. He doesn't normally give up home runs and doesn't normally walk guys.
Brings up Brett Wisely. Wisely getting his first start of the series. The Giants leading 2-0. I wonder if they merge those grounds crews. And every minor league team has a grounds crew. It's obviously a lot smaller than a big league one. As Wisely, the left-hander, takes a strike. On the year, limited opportunities, hitting a .136. 422 OPS. 0-1 the count. 1 on and 1 man down. Kelly looking for a double play ball. And here is the right-hander's pitch. Wisely takes off the corner. 1-1. Talking Stick Resort Playcation is back. Stay and play with rates as low as $129. One now. Swung on, rolled over to the right. Foul ball, 1-2. Fitzgerald, he can run. 9 stolen bases on the year, which is the most of any starter in this Giant lineup. But Kelly at very quick feet. And he throws immediately to first, and back safely is Fitzgerald. Basically, for the last 2 years, every season, it's like Max Fried and Merrill Kelly leading the league in pickoffs.
Merrill has such quick feet.
1-2 pitch. Swung on. That's barreled out towards very deep center field. Thomas going back, and now on the warning track, reaches up and makes the catch. That's about as well as Wisely can tag a ball. And now 2 down, top of the order in Yastrzemski.
Command to Merrill's off a little bit right now. Even that fastball was middle. And I know there's sometimes not a lot of respect for a number 9 hitter, especially someone who doesn't have a lot of power, but that's a dangerous pitch.
And here is Yastrzemski, who homered to lead off the game. 2-0 Giants, 2 outs, a man at first. And the first pitch missed outside. The changeup, it's got its usual run to it, but he's not commanding it the way that he would normally like. It is running far down and away. Usually that's what you want when you're ahead, per se, 0-2.
I think I throw Yastrzemski all change-ups.
Well, they got another one, and Yastrzemski took it for ball 2.
Herrera tapped his front shoulder to Merrill, meaning that it looks like in his eyes Merrill's flying open a little bit on that pitch.
A look at first as the right-hander comes set. And now his 2-0. Just missed again. Same location, this time a cutter. 3 balls, no strikes. Kelly's already issued 2 walks in an inning and 2/3 and very close to issuing a third. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a high fly ball into shallow right. And that's a good break for Kelly. McCarthy is in underneath it and makes the catch. The inning comes to a close. And for the Giants in the top of the second, no runs or hits, a walk and a man left. We go now to the bottom of the second. It is the Giants.
award-winning dining and explore the hottest slots and table games. Plunge into our refreshing pools with private air-conditioned casitas. Plus, no resort fees for Arizona and our surrounding states. Treat yourself to the best in the Southwest. Book your stay and play Getaway today. Visit TalkingStickResort.com. Life well played.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Josh Naylor leads off for the Diamondbacks, and the first pitch to him is in the dirt for ball one.
Josh, normally that high fastball hitter. Probably not going to see a high fastball against Roop.
1-0. Breaking ball, checked his swing again, and went around, says Adrian Johnson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Naylor missed the last 4 games, dealing with some neck stiffness as the 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul. 1-2. Prior to that, had tweaked his shoulder on an aggressive swing against the White Sox. And the Becks had kind of held their own without Naylor. Put up some big runs in the first couple games of the series against the Marlins, even though they came up short. Marlins been on a heater as of late. Now the 1-2. There's a base hit into right center field.
Yeah, welcome back, Josh Naylor. Took this ball down and away. It was a changeup, probably got off the plate, and he stayed with it and just kind of dropped it into right center.
It's going to bring up Eugenio Suarez. We got the announcement today of the starters for the American League and National League All-Star teams. I already mentioned Ketel Marte, second consecutive year. He's going to start at second. First pitch, and Suarez takes a strike. It is Manny Machado who edged out Max Muncy for the starting spot at third, but I think there might be a third baseman representing the National League. As there's a throw to first, Naylor back there safely. I'm not sure how you are going to be able to leave Suarez off the team, who as of today has 26 homers and one shy of 70 RBIs.
888 OPS.
Like, if that's not good enough, I'm not really sure what we're doing with the All-Star game anymore. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And now Roop's set. Here's 1-1. Suarez pounds it towards third. That goes foul.
Boy, that was right in his go zone. Big cut. Just got on top of it, pulled it foul.
There are some familiar names who are in the starting lineup for the National League. Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Francisco Lindor getting his first as a Met. Hard to believe it took this long. As the 1-2, swing and a miss. And a really nasty changeup. That's the first strikeout for Roop.
Yeah, normally Roop doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. But he fooled Suarez that time with that lot of downward movement.
That brings up Gurriel. 2-0 Giants. 1 out and 1 on, bottom of the second. Not a huge surprise, Ronald Acuna Jr. He did miss the first 7 weeks of the season, but he, courtesy of the fans voting, is going to start for the hometown Braves as the game will be played at Truist Park. First pitch, Gurriel, that's a strike. Kyle Tucker, Pete Crow Armstrong of the Cubs. 2 guys going to be in the outfield, and then Will Smith, the last guy that I didn't bring up. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and rolled over foul. Gurriel behind 0-2. Lourdes, an all-star 2 years ago. In his first season with the Diamondbacks this year, 12 homers, 44 RBIs. 0-2 the count. Naylor at first. Huge hole right side of the infield. The 0-2. That's way outside.
You know, Lourdes has really done a nice job getting his batting average up to 250, 251 right now. Remember, it was sub 2 for a long time.
Not a very good start. As now this 1-2 offering is swung on in cute foul. It's a very different looking starting lineup for the American League. The only really big time names in there this year, Aaron Judge, Jose Ramirez, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. They are all very deserving players, just not your household names. As the 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ryan O'Hearn is the DH. Gleyber Torres, Riley Green, and Javi Baez.
That was the one that shocked me. I know he's having a good year for him, but I didn't think he'd be the starter in center field.
What year is it?
I know.
A pitch, swing, and a fly ball to fairly deep center field. Lee, though, behind it, makes the catch. And now Naylor retreats to first as there's 2 down for Jake McCarthy. Tigers are having an outstanding season, and they're showing that what happened in the second half of last year was not a fluke in their run to the postseason. The other starters, Jacob Wilson, rookie for the Athletics, hitting for a crazy high average. And then last but certainly not least, it is Cal Raleigh.
Well, he's deserving.
Absolutely. What a year he's having as McCarthy takes a first pitch strike. Right now on pace to hit 62 home runs.
The National Weather Service in Phoenix has issued a flash flood warning for Maricopa County in south central Arizona until 10:45 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. At 7:07 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 2 and 4 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source, radar. Impact, life-threatening flash flooding of creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include
Daniels Jewelers is the official sponsor of the trip around the diamond. Stop by any Daniels locations and say home run for your free team bracelet and $50 gift card toward any purchase of $99 or more. And at Daniels Jewelers, everyone is approved for credit. Daniels Jewelers, own the dream.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Giants have a 2-0 lead as we start the top of the third inning. There's Garagiola alongside Tom Candiotti. It is Willie Adames who leads off. And Kelly's first pitch dropped in there for a strike. Adames, one of 2 strikeout victims of Kelly, first time through the order. And now the right-hander's 0-1. Swung on and fouled. Feels like that's been a lot of Adames' season, Candy, an 0-2 count.
I think the Giants just keep waiting for him to come around, but he just always hitting behind in the count, as you're saying, and that's kind of difficult.
Here's the 0-2, and a missed low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What happens when you get to 0-2? A pitcher can do anything he wants. He can work you up, he can work you down, he can break it. And you're kind of at his mercy.
1-2 pitch from Kelly. And Adames just takes off the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the Giants will have plenty of time to wait to see him get hot. 6 years of it. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Adames down on strikes.
Second time. His struggles continue.
Speaking of, here is now Rafael Devers. And goodness me, Devers 1 for 16. And this 4-game losing streak for the Giants, if you include his first at-bat. Of those 16 at-bats, 12 of them have ended in a strikeout. And now the first pitch is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the wind of the 1-0. Devers takes low from Kelly. He just threw him nothing but changeups in that first at bat, and Devers kept swinging through him. We'll see how patient he is here ahead 2-0. And now Kelly ready. Here's his 2-0 pitch. Swing and a foul. Tied him up with a cutter. It's now a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
As long as you're up or you're down, it seems like he's just swinging through everything, not connecting on anything with any kind of substance.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. And wanted to, but took it. You could see that those feet in the box really moving around quite a bit. I know part of it's a timing mechanism, but that just looked unsure.
That was a really good pitch, too. That could have been called.
Kelly's 3-1. Swung on, rolled over to the right, and Cattell diving has it. Now back to his feet, throws an arrow over to Smith. And that's the beauty of a play by the All-Star Marte.
Very, very nice. Little 2-hopper. Looks like it might scoot through into right field, but Marte takes a good angle on this ball. Gets down and gets it with a dive and gets up and just throws a laser over there to Pavin.
Wilmer Flores walked and scored in the first inning. And Kelly's pitch swung on and fouled. Dropped the sinker on him. And the count is 0-1. D-backs fans score big game day meals at Fry's with savings beyond low prices, including digital coupons worth over $600 each week. Fry's, fresh for everyone. As now the 0-1 swung on and fell back. It's now 0-2. Kelly's 0-2, and he missed low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Merrill all season long has been really great the second time through the order. And he's off to a good start this time.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Flores somehow hit that off his front leg.
That was a slider down and away, well off the plate. He committed on it, and the ball came back and got him.
He'll now use his timeout. Giants still lead 2-0 here in this third inning. 2 very similar style pitchers going at it. Guys who can sink it, move it, and really rely on location. As the 1-2 to Flores swung on, and that fought off foul left side. Hey, good for him. He was ready for a fastball with 2 strikes and was actually out in front.
Yeah, and that was a nice pitch by Merrill. Herrera wanted that ball inside off the plate. He was right on the target. The thing about Merrill does so well, I mean, he's always seems like he's around the glove.
The 1-2 swung on. That one hit out towards right field. And McCarthy, shy of the warning track, settles underneath it. He makes the catch. And Merrill Kelly turns in a 1-2-3 top of the third inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Giants 2, D-backs nothing on the Morgan & Morgan.
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich. Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
Clean up on aisle 5.
At Morgan & Morgan, we know injuries can come out of left field. As America's largest injury law firm, we've recovered over $20 billion for our clients. If you've been injured in an accident, call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
D-back skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
2-0 Giants, bottom of the third. And Alec Thomas takes a first pitch strike. 0-1 the count. Thomas, Herrera, then Perdomo as this one is swung on and popped up left side of the infield. And the third baseman Wisely backpedaling makes the catch. Infield pop-up is how we get this one started.
Alec looked like he was trying to hit the ball the other way, which is a good sign, but just a little bit underneath it.
Here's Herrera, and he pitched to him. A strike called. A lot of first pitch strikes here for Landon Roop. Meanwhile, for Herrera, he's got the average back to 200 on the year. And not that he is a 200 hitter, but just seeing that 2 is a better indication of the hitter he's been. As now the breaking ball dropped in there for his strike.
You know, he's made great strides in this offensive game. And it seems like he used to be able to knock the bat right out of his hands, but, you know, he's developed some pop. His timing's gotten a lot better. I know the average isn't there yet, but a much better hitter.
1 ball, 2 strikes. D-backs so far as this pitch is swung on and a one-hopper to Flores. It's knocked down by the first baseman, but takes it to the bag himself. And now there are 2 down. Video board is showing the D-backs have only 1 hit. I count them having 2 hits. Perdomo leading off the game, and then the base hit by Naylor.
Seems like 2.
Then again, I was a comm major in college. Here is Perdomo. Allegedly 1 for 1 as that pitch is inside for ball 1. San Francisco 2, Diamondbacks nothing. As the 1-0 is too high. What a tremendous job Perdomo has done as the 2-0 is inside. And now 3 balls, no strikes. And you just wonder when Carroll comes back what the configuration of the lineup would be. As the 3-0, that's a strike all the way. We have now heard publicly from Torey Lovello that you would think Cattell would almost be the ideal number 3 hole hitter with Wade Corbin and Perdomo swing it. As the 3-1 is a second strike. Full count now. But Torey has said Cattell does not like hitting in the 3 hole. And when you're as good of a player as Cattell, that means you don't hit in the 3 hole.
Well, if that's the case, and it sounds like it is, then move Perdomo to the number 3 hole. Also, switch hitter.
And that's off the plate, ball 4. Nice job by Perdomo to draw the 2-out walk. I'm right there with you, Candy.
With Corbin leading off and Cattell, or vice versa, either one, the way they go. And Perdomo, that's 3 really good bats at the very top of your order that could do some damage.
And especially if you try and bring a guy in left-handed to neutralize Carroll. Now you got to deal with Cattell from the right side. Perdomo's been so much better from the right side. As that pitch is just off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. You could put Suarez even behind Perdomo and then either force another pitching change or really try and make it murderer's row. As now the 1-0. Cattell, swing and a miss. That was violent.
Don't get hurt, Cattell. I mean, that's how much he swung on that one. Big cut.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss again. And now the count at 1-2. He will take a walk around the batter's box. Make sure all of his vertebrae are in place.
Another huge cut. A curveball just really going down and in.
1-2. And now the pitch. Outside again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Giants 2, D-backs nothing. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Perdomo takes his lead, and Roop comes to the plate. And Cattell swings and misses, down on strikes. The inning is over. That's the 3rd strikeout for Roop. He's also fired 3 scoreless innings to begin his night. And we go to the 4th. Giants in front by 2 on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
Hey, D.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
The Skipper joins Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30. Never miss another D-backs conversation when you subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel, Arizona Sports 98.7, and the Arizona Sports app, the home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Jung-Hoo Lee leads off for the Giants as we start inning number 4. Merrill Kelly right now just battling his command a little bit. So far the damage only 2. As the first pitch to Lee is going to miss down low for ball 1. 50 pitches now thrown by Kelly. 30 of them strikes. And now the 1-0 is going to miss again for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. He fell behind Yastrzemski 3-0, got an out. He fell behind Devers 3-1 and got an out. As this 2-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. It's now 2-1.
It's the beauty of Merrill. Any pitch, any count. 2-0 pitch, you can still throw that changeup and land it.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. And they count now at 2-2. Kelly ready. The right-handers 2-2 to Lee. is swung on and fouled. Really nice pitch that time. Tucked the four-seamer right on the inside edge.
Merrill normally, when he's really going well, he's inside, he's outside, and the changeup is down. That's normally how he pitches. He'll variate a little from that.
2-2. That ball smoked to the gap in right center field, and McCarthy's got to hurry to cut it off. He does, but Lee is going to be in his second with a leadoff double, and he has now knocked out two tricky legs of the cycle.
Just laced that ball right to right center field. Really a nice job by McCarthy, because if he doesn't cut this ball off in right center, this ball gets through, and that's another triple.
Here is Matos. He grounded out to third his first time up. First pitch, Matos swings, sends a high fly ball out towards medium depth left field. Lee ready to tag. Gurriel makes the catch, but he has to hold at second base, does Lee. An unproductive first out.
Big swing by Matos that time. He wasn't trying to do anything but hit a home run. And it turns into an easy fly ball.
And that's not what you need when your offense has been struggling. You've lost 4 straight and you've lost 12 of 18. You need more of those team at-bats.
Well, particularly when you have a 2-run lead. You do one of those little tack-on runs.
There's Bailey. And the pitch to him is on the edge for a strike. At Dignity Health, our team of orthopedic experts can help keep you in motion. Don't let joint pain put your life on pause. Visit dignityhealth.org/AZOrtho to learn more. And now the 0-1 from Kelly. Swing and a miss. A high fastball. And the count is 0-2.
Now if he hits the ball to the right side, it's not a big deal.
0-2, and that one is off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bailey lined out to right field his first time up. From the stretch, the 1-2. Broken bat chopper to third. Suarez gloves. Lee stopped, now goes to third, and Pavin wisely not going to make a throw. As now there are 2 outs, and here's the number 8 hitter, Tyler Fitzgerald.
Well, that's the right play by Suarez. He comes in on this little tapper to third base. Not even really worried about, Lee getting over to third, but more concerned getting the out, which he does.
Fitzgerald walked his first time up. Kelly throwing a lot more strikes over the last 2 hitters. And here is the first one, and it's cut on and missed. Starting to find it now.
I said normally Merrill is so good that second time through the order. It'd be nice to save this run here.
There's the 0-1. Low. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's all these little pockets of momentum throughout the course of the game. For the Giants, you get a runner at third, and you come out with a 2-out hit and bring them home. That's huge. That just has everyone, I imagine, feeling great. On the flip side, as this 1-1 is swung on and fouled, you strand a runner at third, especially after a leadoff double. You don't let that guy come home. Not only is you, the pitcher, feeling pretty good about your stuff, but now your offense is like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Got something cooking here.
100%. They're only a bloop and a blast away, but once you fall behind, you have to prevent the tack-on runs.
Here's the 1-2. Swung on, and a fly ball to right. McCarthy, once again, is coming in, settles, and makes the grab. The inning is over, and Merrill Kelly has done exactly that. Leadoff double for the Giants, fails to score, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Giants 2, D-backs nothing on the Morgan & Morgan.
lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
cityofhope.org.
On July 21st, the D-backs host Jose Altuve and the Houston Astros at Chase Field for a 3-game series. Secure your tickets now at dbacks.com.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Pavin Smith leads off the bottom of the 4th inning. And Landon Roop drops a strike in there. The count 0-1. Now the pitch. In the dirt. 1-1 the count. This guy, Roop, on the mound must hate stories. He pitches so fast you can't tell one. As the 1-1, that's a rip into right center field, a base hit. Lee hustles over to cut it off. Pavin's going to try for second. The throw is off target, and a wonderful head first slide. A leadoff hustle double by Pavin Smith.
Normally you don't see Pavin try to take the extra base. Not the most fleet-footed guy, but he got this ball in right center field. He had it right in his eyesight the whole way, and he decided to head to second and got in there. Great slide.
And here is Naylor. And his return to the lineup. Got a leadoff base hit back in the 2nd inning. Giants by 2 here. And the first pitch, a breaking ball for a strike. We just saw the Giants, the top of this inning, get a leadoff double. A guy with some speed, mind you. They couldn't move him over. As a result, they failed to score. Here's the 0-1. Naylor swings. That's a deep gap shot towards left center field. And Lee racing over makes the catch. Now Pavin back to tag. And he will get to third. Good base running there. And a great job by Naylor to move that runner over.
Yeah, Naylor really gave that a shot to left center. Almost had a chance to split that gap, but Lee really ran over there quickly and caught that ball. But productive at bat as Smith reads it well, gets back and tags up and gets over to third base.
Suarez a chance to either get the D-backs on the board or tie it up here. The infield is back, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. Suarez struck out his first time up. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, swung on and foul tip. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Not a real hard curveball, sitting in the high 70s. Suarez looks like he got a little jumpy out in front.
Another breaking ball, another swing and miss. It's a good read by Bailey to double up on that pitch selection.
He's looking at the swing.
Suarez going to use his timeout. Quickly jumps back in there. 1-2. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball again, swung on and grounded foul.
The third, when you triple up on a pitch, which he did right there, that third pitch has to be better than the other 2. And that one was not. That was very hittable. It was a little bit down, but Suarez unfortunately fouled that one off.
And now he's got him geared up for some velocity. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt. Went to the changeup that time, and a very patient approach here as it's now 2-2.
You could tell he's really trying to slow him down. 3 breaking balls and a changeup. He doesn't really like pitching up in the zone, so the high fastball might be out of the equation.
Swung on, that ball laced foul.
Kind of a hanging breaking ball that time.
Giants 2. And the D-backs nothing, but the Diamondbacks have a runner at third with 1 out. Pavin Smith still trying to catch his breath. Here is the 2-2. And too high that time. Full count.
Had it by him, but just a little bit too high out of the zone.
Full count. 1 out. And Roop ready the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a changeup. I'll tell you what, for the most part, Roop hit his spots the entire at-bat. Suarez put a good at-bat on him, but sometimes good pitching trumps good hitting.
Yeah, he got ahead of him with the off-speed pitches. And then I think the whole time after that, Suarez was looking for something slow. He still couldn't make the adjustment on that change.
And now Gurriel trying to come up with a clutch 2-out hit. And the first pitch way outside for ball 1. Injured in a car accident or slip and a fall? Call in the closers. We're Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud sponsor of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Group ready. And the 1-0 is outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. There's the 2-0. And that is low and away, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes.
Boy, all 3 of the pitches nowhere even close. Almost like he's trying to pitch around him. McCarthy on deck.
Did strike out McCarthy his last time up. But like you said, an interesting decision here. As the 3-0 is outside, ball 4. I mean, those really weren't all that close throughout the entire at-bat. And the second walk by Landon Roop will put him on the corners for McCarthy.
Now let's see if Jake can make him pay. I mean, he's really been swinging a great bat.
He's got an .829 OPS. Those McCarthy since he's come back. 6 hits during that stretch. Half of them have gone for extra bases. And the first one here, swung on, grounded to first into the breadbasket of Flores. He immediately steps on the bag, and just like that, the inning comes to an end. D-backs get a double, a walk, but can't score. And after 4 innings of play, it's the Giants.
I put my trust in the doctors at Disc, and that pain I had disappeared. Here I was thinking I might have to live with that pain, maybe for the rest of my life. Not the case. If you're suffering from back or neck pain, give Disc a chance. You won't regret it. Visit sciatica.com or text SPINE to 620-620.
Message and data rates may apply. D-backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Brett Wisely leads off for the Giants here in the 5th. Giants by 2. First pitch, Merrill Kelly right down the middle. We have the count 0-1.
Really important for Merrill right now to put up that goose egg and throwing the ball outstanding.
The 0-1, that is hit down the right field line. That's a fair ball. That's going to go all the way into the corner. And it pinballs hard away from McCarthy. Wisely now going to stop at second base. Now that could have potentially been a triple. Instead, second consecutive inning. The Giants have a double to open up the frame.
Hit that ball hard, but strange carom down there on McCarthy. Got away from him momentarily. And I'm with you. I thought Wisely, if he was running hard all the way, might have probably taken a chance at getting to third base on that.
Top of the order, and Mike Yastrzemski. You talked about earlier, Kenny, the success that Merrill has had second time through the order. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's carried third time through, as Yastrzemski takes outside for ball 1.
Yeah, it jumps way up that third time through. 301 batting average against with 3 home runs. And this is where Torey will start watching him a little bit closer.
The 1-0. Swung on. That is a routine fly ball out to right field. Coming in McCarthy. And no chance for Wisely to go anywhere. Second straight time that after a double, Candy, just a harmless little fly out.
Little things that normally you don't see the Giants do. They're such a good team when it comes to execution. They always have been in the past, but not in this game.
Grab your favorite Pepsi products this summer at Fry's Food Stores and score points with the D-Backs Rewards program. Points can be used for amazing merchandise, game tickets, and more. Visit friesfood.com/dbacks for details. Well, with one out, that's going to bring up Willie Adames. Adames 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And the pitch here, breaking ball, hard hit to short, collected by Perdomo. And his throw to first is low, but snagged by Pavin in time now. 2 down for Rafael Devers.
That ball was hit hard right to Perdomo. His throw was a little bit low. Pavin let the ball come to him instead of going out and catching that ball. Became a little bit more difficult.
Devers 0 for 2. And the pitch to him. Right there for a strike. 0-1. Enjoy extended fireworks spectacular shows at Chase Field tomorrow and Friday, presented by Bar S. Secure your tickets to celebrate Independence Weekend with the Diamondbacks at DBACKS.com. Now the 0-1 is inside. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back.
Again, that's that high fastball again, and Devers just can't get to that pitch, although he's having trouble getting to a lot of pitches, but particularly that high fastball.
Well, he's got him set up for an even higher fastball or a changeup. Both things Kelly can do very well. 2-0 Giants, 2 outs in the 5th. Now the 1-2 to Devers. Just missed low.
Dotted that ball too. Could have been called.
The 2-2. Devers rips it past the diving effort of Pavin down the line and right, and that's going to bring home Wisely to make it a 3-0 Giant lead.
It almost looked like Devers actually sold out for the high fastball that time. He got it, and he spanked it pretty hard.
That's a tough hop for any first baseman to try and dive and snag, especially at 107 miles an hour. That allows Wilmer Flores to come to the plate here. 3-0 San Francisco, 2 outs, and the 5th. And the pitch down the middle for a strike.
One thing you have to just keep in the back of your mind also, the bullpen of the Giants is scary. They have some big-time arms down there, so you don't want to fall too far behind.
The 0-1 pitch is a strike call, and the count is 0-2. Now the 0-2. Swung on, grounded foul, third base side. We'll do it again.
Merrill's pitch count right there at 77.
Even with some of the runs allowed here, you get an out, still a decent chance of getting 6 in the books.
Yeah.
D-backs are still right in it. Just got to keep it right here. Allow that offense a little more time to come out of hibernation. The 0-2 is popped up. Should end the frame. Second baseman Marte just to the right of the bag at second, makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Giants. They get a run on 2 hits, they strand 1, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Halftime here in Phoenix. It's the
a snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yep.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Visit avnet.com to learn more.
On Saturday, July 19th, pick up a special Cattell Marte bobblehead courtesy of Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Get your tickets today at DBACKS.com.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Well, Landon Roop's done a good job keeping this Diamondback offense in check. The Giants lead 3-0. And his first pitch to Alek Thomas in the bottom of the 5th inning is too high for ball 1. For now, the pitch to Thomas, that curveball missing outside.
Be nice to get something going here at the bottom of the order. Get a couple guys on, flip it over to Domo and Marte.
2-0 pitch, and again, too high. 3 balls, no strikes. Early in the year, Roop, a big sinker curveball pitcher, as that 3-0 pitch down the middle. 3-1 now. But we have seen him, especially when he gets ahead or gets in a gym, he's leaned on that changeup, and it's worked out really well. As the 3-1 is swung on and missed.
Chase that one well off the plate away. Alec takes timeout after that swing.
It seems like a lot of these Diamondback hitters using their timeout just because of the speed, the pace at which Roop works. 3-2 now. Swung on, that is hit high and deep out to right field. Yastrzemski moving back to the wall. There she goes. A solo home run for Thomas. That's his 5th. And the D-backs are on the board. It's now 3-1.
I think Alec had the sense that Roop was just trying to throw a strike, not to walk him. And that ball was right over the middle of the plate. He just polished on it.
And with that trip around the diamond, stop by any Daniels Jewelers and say home run for your free team bracelet and $50 gift card toward any purchase of $99 or more. Daniels Jewelers, own the dream. Well, the first pitch to Herrera is off the plate for ball 1.
Well, let's see if Herrera can get on base.
That one going to miss as well. That's going to prompt a mound visit. That's now the 14th home run the Diamondbacks have hit against the Giants this year. They're basically averaging more than 2 homers per game against San Francisco. They just got their first courtesy of Thomas. Three to 1 our score. And Herrera takes in off the plate. 3 balls, no strikes. And all of a sudden, after cruising along, Roop seems to be fighting it here in the 5th.
Well, he certainly is. If he can just draw a walk here. That would be huge. Flip the lineup over. Perdomo.
Just put a little pressure on. Now the 3-1 pitch. That's going to miss way outside, ball 4. You fall behind Thomas. Yeah, he did get it full, but then gave up a dinger to right. And now you walk Herrera. And that'll make a manager and a pitching coach agitated in a hurry. Here is Perdomo. A single and a walk. And the pitch from Roop is a breaking ball that grabs the outside third. The count is 0-1.
Kind of like we were talking about. You kind of want to get to Roop before they get that bullpen in the game. He's vulnerable right now.
The 0-1. Perdomo takes low. All of a sudden, these Diamondback hitters, they're not chasing those pitches just off the edge. And you're seeing a lot more hitter-friendly counts. Now the 1-1. Taken again low. He just reacts and reads the pitch incredibly fast, does Perdomo. It's so fun to watch when he's locked in.
Sometimes you almost have the sense that he's not going to swing no matter what.
There's a 2-1. And that one is inside, ball 3.
I'll take a walk right here.
Eric Miller's starting to get loose now for the Giants. As this 3-1 pitch from Roop swung on and fouled. That was middle of the plate. Perdomo put a heavy swing on it, but he fouled it.
That was almost the same kind of pitch Thomas got. He deposited over the right field wall.
Full count again. And here's the 3-2. That's going to be ball 4. Back-to-back walks. He went with a changeup. And now 2 on and nobody out for Ketel Marte. Here comes the pitching coach.
I'm actually shocked he didn't come out after he walked Herrera. And now just golden opportunity for the D-backs.
And it really hasn't been Ketel's night so far once the game started. Prior to the game, it was announced that he was the starting second baseman for the National League at the All-Star game this year in Atlanta. But in his 2 at-bats, kind of a harmless pop-up to short. And then he kind of got bullied in his last at-bat, wound up striking out. Time to showcase some of that star talent. The D-backs down 3-1, but they have 2 guys on and nobody out in this 5th inning.
And it's Ketel facing the same pitcher for the 3rd time. I don't like this matchup.
Got to avoid that ground ball on a low sinker. And Roop's first pitch is swung on and foul tip. Curveball. And the count 0-1.
Tell you one thing tonight, Ketel's taking some huge cuts.
There's the 0-1. Swung on. There's a line shot past Adames into left center field. Herrera will be held at third. Perdomo just flew to third. The throw goes to third, and everyone can get back. Oh, my goodness. Bases are loaded, nobody out. That was a near disaster.
It really was. I mean, a great swing, first of all, by Marte. This ball's out over the plate, hits a line shot, and Adames almost flags this ball as he's going to his right. And Herrera doesn't have the great speed. He's being held up all the way, and Perdomo almost runs all the way to third base and has to scatter to get back to second. Lucky he didn't get thrown out.
And that's going to be the last action for Landon Roop. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play in a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. D-backs have them loaded, nobody out, trailing by 2 when we come back on the Morgan.
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker.
And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting.
And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
Resort.com. Life well played.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
The new pitcher for the Giants, as we mentioned, it is 27-year-old left-hander Eric Miller. Miller in his second season throwing the ball really well. He's got a 1.55 ERA. However, his whip is at 1.5. Do that math. Walks have been an issue. Now the pitch to Tim Tawa, whose pinch hitting is high for ball one. On the one hand, the move makes sense by Bob Melvin. You had two lefties coming up, so why not get a left-on-left matchup as Tawa pinch hits for Pavin Smith. Now the 1-0, and that's outside ball two. Candy, on the other hand, a guy who has issued a lot of walks this year with a bases loaded, nobody out situation. That is a ton of pressure to put on a guy who's a little wild.
Yeah, it really is, but he had to make a change. Roop was not getting the job done there.
Swing and a miss, 2-0, and that pitch way out of the zone. And that's just inexperience by Tawa.
Yeah, I think he was already geared up. He was just, looking for a fastball to hit. Unfortunately, he chased one out of the strike zone.
Now the 2-1. Swung on, line shot to left. That's just foul.
That would have cleared him there. Just missed it.
Bases loaded, nobody out. The D-backs trail 3-1, bottom of the fifth, and now Tawa, the rookie, who has been scuffling mightily as of late, has a lot to think about before this 2-2 pitch.
Had to get a new bat, broke that one as that ball hit the end of his bat.
We talk about productive outs here, just productive at-bats. Need to avoid a strikeout or a double play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Miller ready. He throws. Swing and a miss.
Change up once again. Got him.
Now let's see if Naylor can pick him up. Naylor is 1 for 2. Bases still loaded. And the pitch. Swung on. Hit on a line to right. The catch is made by Yastrzemski. Herrera is going to tag. The throw goes to third. It was cut off by Adames. And a job well done by Naylor. A sac fly to right. It's now a 3-2 ball game.
Boy, nailed that ball too, unfortunately, right at Yastrzemski. That ball's hit one way or the other, and that clears the bases.
And now here is Suarez, probably grateful to see Roop out of the game. He was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts against the right-hander. Here he is facing the left-handed Miller, first and third. D-backs down by 1. And the first pitch inside at 96 for ball 1. Left-hander ready. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Chase that time a slider down. The count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. With those 2 runs, the D-backs are safe at home with Blue Sky Pest Control, the official pest control provider for the Diamondbacks and Chase Field. 1-1 now. Swung on and fouled. It's 1-2.
Big cut on that slider again. Same location. Down out of the strike zone.
Perdomo at third, Marte at first. Miller is ready. And the 1-2 to Suarez is too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Gurriel waiting on deck.
The 2-2. Swing and a foul tip. Suarez strikes out. The hat trick for him. And the inning comes to an end. Good response, though, for the Diamondbacks. They score twice And we now go into the 6th inning. It's the Giants 3 and the D-backs 2 on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
Celebrate independence.
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Aids in weight loss, keeps skin hydrated, and flushes your body of toxins. Call Parker for your free estimate on a reverse osmosis system at 602-2-REPAIR or visit parkerandsons.com.
D-backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
We're now in the back half of this game. And the Diamondbacks trail 3-2. Jung-Hoo Lee swings at the first pitch, hits a little pop-up into shallow right field, and McCarthy on a dead sprint comes in, and he makes the catch. You love to see it for Kelly once again. One pitch, one out, especially as we get deep into his outing.
Yeah, that was pitch number 79. One pitch, one out. Great way to start the inning off also.
City of Hope is revolutionizing cancer care with life-saving speed. Here in the Valley with dedicated experts, targeted treatments, and appointments available in as little as 24 hours. Learn more at cityofhope.org. Well, Luis Matos, he swung at the first pitch his last time up. He'll take a strike. And the count is 0-1. Kelly ready, the 0-1 pitch. Matos takes away. 1-1.
Matos only with a .588 OPS, 173 batting average.
Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Looked pretty foolish on that changeup. Probably throw him another one.
Uses his timeout. Thinks a couple things over. Now makes his way back into the box. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. And here comes the 1-2. Swung on. That's hit out to center. And Thomas moving back makes the catch. And now there are 2 down. Righties tonight against Kelly are now 0 for 9 in this one.
Well struck out there, but Alec played it perfectly. Made the easy out.
2 down here is Bailey. Using the torpedo barrel bat that looks like a bowling pin.
Bowling pin with a long handle.
First pitch on the way. And Bailey takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Bailey tonight is 0 for 2 as the 1-0 pitch is again just off the plate outside. Switch hitter batting left-handed. That'll make it a 2 ball, no strike count. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Went back to the old bread and butter.
When in doubt, throw that changeup.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
Mara wasn't happy with himself missing that target that time.
Here comes the 3-1. And that's low, ball 4. That stings a little bit.
Kind of gets the pitch count up a little bit now at 88. Bullpen cranked up.
You got 2 lefties after this. And it looks like you got the lefty back is ready to go in the bullpen. And now Fitzgerald 0 for 1. He walked. Righty pitcher, righty hitter. And this pitch missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Giants 3, D-backs 2 here at the top of the 6th inning. Kelly is set. And now the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Went right back to the cutter. The count even at 1-1.
Again, chasing that ball way off the plate. I mean, not even borderline. Romero will take that every day.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, deflected foul by Fitzgerald. The count now at 1-2.
And that was a changeup about shoe top high. Well, right now, Fitzgerald looks like he's just going to swing at anything.
Throw him the knuckleball.
Yeah, he'll swing.
Giants have Spencer Bivens ready to go. It would appear for the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, the D-backs do have 2 lefties scheduled, and Miller already in the game. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, popped up. This should end the inning. It's right behind the mound, and the shortstop Perdomo coming in makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Giants. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and a man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Giants 3 and the Diamondbacks 2 on the Morgan.
You can always be counted on to stay in top shape, Aquarius, but you can struggle with the monotony of a rigid workout routine. Mixing and matching your strength training, cardio, and stretching will keep you from getting bored. You want to keep your warm-ups as interesting and exciting as your presence on the diamond.
With BritBox.
At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Bottom of the 6th inning, the Diamondbacks down by a run. And now facing new pitcher for the Giants, right-hander Spencer Bivens. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by Sanderson Ford. The best play in a new Ford is Sanderson Ford. Bivens, 31 years old, only in his 2nd season, though, in the big leagues. And his 2nd with the Giants. First pitch to Gurriel, swung on and line foul out of play. 3.32 ERA, 31 strikeouts, only 13 walks, a much more respectable 1.1 whip. And this year, kind of a reverse splits guy. Righties hitting Bivens much better than lefties so far.
Also, he's a guy that gives Melvin multiple innings, 40 2/3 innings pitched.
0-1, and that one popped up foul. Out of play, 0-2. Gurriel is 0 for 1 with a walk. And now, here is the 0-2 from Bivens. Swung on, that one fought off foul. That was about a chest-high fastball.
Oh, Gurriel he worked the ladder on him, and Gurriel chased, but he got a piece of it.
The 0-2. Tried to check his swing. He certainly did not. And he is down on strikes.
Sometimes you can just read reactions of hitters, and you know he's trying to swing at anything, and I don't know what he was swinging at that one. That was way off the plate inside.
A pre-ordered swing that was delivered at the wrong time.
That is exactly it. A pre-ordered swing.
And now McCarthy lines the first pitch foul. 97 miles an hour on the velocity. The count is 0-1. Hard journey for Bivens. He was on 3 different indie ball teams in 2021. As the 0-1 pitch, a strike to McCarthy. The count now 0-2. Got signed by the Giants in 2022. Started in A-ball, jumped all the way up to AAA. As the 0-2 now. Breaking ball smashed up the middle and into center field. A 1-out base hit.
Jake McCarthy continues to stay hot. Gets himself a little breaking ball, kind of a big breaking slider, and hammers that ball up the middle.
And this is kind of an interesting matchup now, Candy. You're down by a run. You're at the bottom of your order with 1 out here. You can try and make some action on the bases happen, knowing how good Bailey is with that pop time behind the plate, but also knowing how aggressive and how fast McCarthy is on the bases. A big lead at first. Not afraid to go on the first pitch. And this first pitch is taken for a strike.
Bivens looks to be pretty quick to the plate.
From the belt. The 0-1. And it's outside. Looked a little bit like a pitch out there, or at least an unintentional one. That sinker was way outside the lefty.
Yeah, that was a slide step, and his arm never caught up with the body that time.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count. And now Thomas takes outside again. That's a guy trying to be so quick to home plate at the cost of accuracy. 95 miles an hour, but a 2-1 count to Thomas.
Alec just needs to stay patient here.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on and fouled. Good pitch that time from Bivens.
Yeah, it looked like he slowed down his delivery a little bit.
Giants 3, Diamondbacks 2. The Giants have led for the entirety of this game. And the D-backs have the tying run and McCarthy at first base. 1 out. Bivens set. 2-2. Inside, and the count is full. Well, it's been all sinkers and cutters thus far from Bivens in this at-bat.
That's all he's got. That's all he's shown. See if Al can get a hold of another one.
Homered his last time up. And here comes the 3-2. Strike 3 called.
It's too bad he gave up on that. That ball has a little movement to it. Alec just gave up. That ball just touched the inside corner.
Two down. Here is Herrera. McCarthy's still at first. Bivens. He throws. And that's a swing and a line drive to center field. Lee racing in. He makes the catch. And the inning comes to an end. Tough break for Herrera. Hit it on the screws. But that's going to send us into the 7th. It is still the Giants 3 and the Diamondbacks 2 on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs.
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. All the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
Thursday mornings at 7:45. The Skipper joins Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30. Never miss another D-backs conversation when you subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel, Arizona Sports 98.7, and the Arizona Sports app, the home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
A new pitcher for the Diamondbacks as they trail the Giants in Game 3 of this 4-game series by a score of 3-2. It's the rookie left-hander Kyle Backus. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play in the new Ford at Sanderson Ford. Backus, 27 years old, has been a revelation for this Diamondback bullpen that has had its struggles, Candy. So far, 7 1/3 innings pitched. Kid's allowed 1 run. He's got a 1.23 ERA, 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Attacks the zone. Love to see it.
Been lights out, and they need it from him right here. You got to keep this game where it's at.
Brett Wisely, the 9-hitter, takes a strike. It'll be lefty, lefty, righty, lefty for Backus as his 0-1 pitch taken off the plate away. And he really should not even have a run allowed. Unfortunately, a ball that was routinely hit to left, Gurriel lost it in the lights, hit off his glove. And here's the 1-1. A strike called. The count 1-2. Wisely doubled and scored his last time up. That was back in the 5th. We're in the top of the 7th. And here is Backus' 1-2 pitch. And he missed low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's not that Backus throws the ball extremely hard or anything. Gets that sink to it. It's easy to get those ground balls.
The 2-2. And he missed low and away, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Talking Stick Resort Playcation is back. Stay and play with rates as low as $129. Lefty pitcher, lefty hitter. And the 3-2 is grounded weakly right side. It is Cattell who's got to hurry. Gloves and a quick little toss to first. Wisely is out. And that brings up the top of the order in Mike Yastrzemski.
Boy, Backus did a really nice job keeping the ball down every single pitch of that at bat. And got the desired result. Just an easy 2-hopper to Cattell.
Final line on Diamondback starter Merrill Kelly. He went 6 innings, allowed 3 runs on 5 hits, walked 3, struck out 3, and allowed the 1 homer to Yastrzemski. That was to begin the ball game. And now Backus missed low. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Here's the 1-0. And there's a strike. 1-1 the count. Backus the pitch. There's a bunt attempt by Yastrzemski. And that's going to be his strike to make it 1-2. Interesting choice there.
Yeah. Well, lefty on lefty. He doesn't want to, probably doesn't feel real comfortable facing this guy.
One and two the count. And the pitch just off the outside edge. It's now 2-2. Just got word Clayton Kershaw 1 strikeout away from 3,000 in his career. Just an incredible achievement as the 2-2 is low and away. Unfortunately, he just finished his 5th inning of work and is sitting at 92 pitches, so it seems a little bit unlikely he's going to go out. And unfortunately for the Dodgers, his next scheduled start is the series opener in Milwaukee. They're playing at home right now against the White Sox. 3-2. And strike 3 called. Got him looking. And Backus continues to shine for the Diamondbacks.
Yastrzemski wanted no part of him. And this ball had plenty of space in the strike zone. Oh, nice pitch.
Two outs, nobody on for Adames. And the pitch is a strike called. Adames tried to lean out of the way, didn't like the call. 0-1. Adames is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. The Giants lead at 3-2. And now the 0-1. Slider that time low. In the bottom of the 7th, the Diamondbacks will have Perdomo, Marte, and Tim Tawa scheduled to hit. The 1-1. And that one is low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Backus has been a little wild by his standards here. He's thrown more balls than strikes so far, despite getting the first 2 guys out. The 2-1. And that's inside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now.
This big slider that time almost landed. Adames taking all the way.
Devers, the lefty, on deck. And now the 3-1. Inside, he walked him. Just the second walk allowed this season. And here is Devers. An RBI base hit his last time up. This season, Devers hitting very well against left-handed hitters. 284 average, 855 OPS. It is just fine.
Yeah, he hangs in there well.
And the first one from Backus is a sinker on the edge for a strike. Devers just getting a look, processing the information. Giants 3, Diamondbacks 2, 1 on, 2 outs in the 7th. And here's the 0-1. Devers takes a second strike. The count now 0-2.
You can really see how Backus can be really tough on left-handed hitters. Even though he works on the third base side of the rubber, he still has a big crossfire action.
The 0-2 swung on, and that ball tagged foul. Third straight sinker. At one point, does he try a runaway sweeper here left on left?
I think right now is a good time.
I love the way you think.
See if you can chase it.
Randy Rodriguez warming up for the Giants. That guy's a stud.
Yeah, he has got some kind of arm.
The 0-2 instead of throw to first. Adames not messing around with Devers at the plate, even in the midst of some of his worst struggles this year. He can make a difference with any one swing. The 0-2 swung on and grounded foul. Stuck to the hard stuff.
Pounded that down a little bit under the strike zone. I love the way Backus works, but he just gets up there very focused.
0-2. Tried to check his swing. He could not. Down on strikes. And that's going to do it for the Giants here in the 7th. Backus strikes out 2. He works around a 2-out walk. And it's stretch time in the desert. The Giants lead at 3-2 on the Morgan & Morgan D-Backs Radio Network.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
Watch all D-backs games both live and on demand with the D-backs TV subscription. Start your 7-day free trial today by registering at D-backs TV. Visit dbacks.com/watch to learn more.
D-backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Arizona Diamondbacks. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Bottom of the 7th, Geraldo Perdomo leads off against Randy Rodriguez. And the first pitch from Rodriguez is a strike called. Bottom of the 7th means the 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Arizona Complete Health, transforming the health of the community one person at a time. As now this 0-1, Perdomo swings and floats one to shallow left. That's down. A leadoff base hit. Perdomo goes the opposite way, and a good start for the Diamondbacks, trailing 3-2.
Stayed inside a slider that was coming down and in and just flared the ball the other way. But you'll take a base runner any which way you can get it. Now Marte coming up with an opportunity to make a difference here.
Rodriguez has been just incredible for the Giants. A 3-1 record. He's got a 0.74 ERA in 36 outings. Tons of strikeouts. As that pitch is too high. 52 of them coming into play today compared to just 7 walks. He is 1 strikeout away from tying his total of last year. And now Rodriguez ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Cattell takes high again. 2 balls, no strikes.
Good start to this inning right now for the D-backs. Got a guy on, got a good count to Cattell.
There's a 2-0. Swung on, that is popped up. Fortunately for him, it'll get out of play. 2-1 the count. Runner at first, nobody out. And the 2-1 dropped in there for a strike. It's now 2-2.
Like just a high slider at the top of the zone. Those are the kind of pitches that, even though they might clip the strike zone, I don't like those getting called. Not where he was trying to throw it.
2-2 inside. And the count now full, 3-2. I gotta see it well here if you're Cattell. The 3-2 runner goes. That pitch is swung on and fouled. And Perdomo going to have to make his way back to first base.
He really fooled on that pitch, a slider. Perdomo had a pretty good jump. Bailey was coming out to get that ball. Almost it looked as if he kind of interfered with Cattell's bat.
Still 3-2. I wonder if Perdomo's going to be running again. And a throw to first by Rodriguez. Double barrel action for the Diamondbacks in their bullpen. Kevin Ginkel and Jake Woodford. 2 right-handers. I imagine one for the deficit, one for the lead. Here's a 3-2. Runner goes again. That pitch is low, and that's ball 4.
Nice take by Cattell. Bailey looked to me like he was so worried about trying to get out and make a good throw to get Perdomo that he might have taken a strike away from his pitcher. A lot of movement back there.
Well, here is Tawa. And there is an extraordinary chance that he is going to be asked to lay down a bunt here. And one of the ways you can really impress your manager when you come up from the minor leagues is being able to execute a bunt. Sounds easy enough.
Well, especially with the game on the line. You got a golden opportunity here. Get a couple guys in scoring position.
Squares and he takes. 1 ball, no strikes. First and second, nobody out. Tawa, he squares, and he pulls it back. Takes a fastball on the outside edge. 1-1 the count.
Ideally, he wants to bunt this ball to the third baseman.
The 1-1. Squares, takes a second fastball for a strike.
Boy, both those pitches right in the strike zone. I'm guessing that Torrey's going to keep the bunt on. The last thing he wants is a ground ball double play.
1-2 pitch. Takes strike 3. My goodness.
That was a hard pitch there. That was just buzzed on the outside corner, but not a good at bat that time for Tim Tawa.
Well, Tawa's come up in 2 huge spots here in this game since coming off the bench. He's struck out twice. And now here is Naylor, first and second, 1 out.
I think for Josh, he just has to catch up with the velocity here.
First pitch, he breaks his bat. It's a little cue shot towards third, hits the lip and rolls foul. And he will have to head back. His bat just disintegrated in front of him.
That would have been a great hit. But yeah, you're right. It was a slider that time. Of course, he was geared up for the fastball, and he was so far out in front, that ball hit the very end of his bat and just shattered it everywhere.
He'll get a new bat, a can of Stickum, more or less. The aerosol sprays. Do you know what that the company that does the bat aerosol spray? I have no idea.
I don't offhand.
It's one of those things I feel like I should know. I've seen it now for.
Well, there used to be like a liquid pine tar or aerosol that they would spray.
No balls and a strike. Baylor. Thinking of Don Baylor right now. Here's Josh Naylor. The 0-1. Swinging a weak ground ball towards second base. Fitzgerald. Quick flip to Adames for 1. Throw to first. That's in time. Double play. Inning over. And a golden opportunity just evaporates for the Diamondbacks as we now go into the 8th inning. Giants 3, D-backs 2 on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Maricopa County in south central Arizona until 11:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. At 8:35 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 0.5 and 1.5 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts up to 1 inch are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: life-threatening flash flooding. Thunderstorms producing flash flooding. Source: radar and automated gauges. Impact: life-threatening flash flooding of creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Goodyear, Buckeye, Palo Verde, Estrella Mountain Ranch, Painted Rock Dam, Arlington, Rainbow Valley, and Hassayampa. This includes the following streams and drainages: Hassayampa River, Rainbow Wash, Gila River, Corget Wash, Waterman Wash, Lum Wash, Arlington Canal, Enterprise Canal, and West Prong Waterman Wash. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be aware of your surroundings and do not drive on flooded roads. Please report observed flooding to local emergency services or law enforcement and request they pass this information to the National Weather Service when you can do so safely. Repeating, a flash flood warning has been issued until 11:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the following county: Maricopa, Arizona.
Here's the 3-0. And there's a strike. Clayton Kershaw has just recorded his 3,000th career Major League strikeout in what will likely be his final pitch of his outing today against the White Sox. That was the 3-1 pitch. Swung on. That ball is hammered foul. And the count is 3-2. And believe me, you don't have to like the Dodgers to take tremendous appreciation in what Kershaw has done for himself and for the game of baseball. What, Candy, an astounding achievement by one of the all-time greats.
Boy, 3,000, that's a big number.
Line drive to right. McCarthy, good read, comes in and makes a belt-tie catch.
Very nice play by McCarthy. Reading that ball, wasn't hit that hard, and got a good break on it. He's able to make the play.
He is the 20th pitcher in the history of the game to get to 3,000. As Jung-Hoo Lee comes to the plate, 1 out, nobody on. As that pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes the count. There's the 1-0. Swung on and a hard one-hopper to first off the glove of Tawa. Tries to rebound, but the toss is late. Now that will likely be an E3. Nope, they ruled a base hit. For now.
Yeah, top spin line shot. Kind of an in-between hop for Tawa. He was there to make actually a short hop. Probably should have been played. Play probably should have been made. And now you got a guy on first base. Got to do some pitching here.
Here is Luis Matos. Again, the Giants lead at 3-2 in the 8th inning. 1 on and 1 out. Interesting defensive alignment. As the pitch is low for ball 1. Basically, the Diamondbacks don't think he can hit it to the right side of the infield, nor do they think they can really hit it to the left of second base and up the middle. They're defending the hard pull by the right-hander. And Cattell is basically ready to turn a very strange double play. A 1-0. And Woodford just missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Not a bad slider, but just missed outside.
Gotta throw strikes here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Matos. And he takes a strike. Nice pitch.
Yeah, perfect pitch. That 2-seamer, a little sinker right on the edge.
Here's the 2-1. And it's low. Trying to change up that time. 3-1 the count.
Yeah, got to throw a strike here. It wouldn't surprise me if Melvin sends him here.
Three balls and a strike. The right-hander's set. He throws. Swung on and fouled. And it looked like he fouled it right off the top of his foot or his ankle. He does have a big protective shin guard. That's in front of his left leg. Still trying to walk it off is Matos. Readjusts. And now finally starts to almost make his way to the plate. He's still feeling it out. He'll live.
He'll be okay.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch here for Woodford. Right-hander checks on the runner at first. Lee back there safely. And Matos tonight hitless. And he's put it on the ground once. Woodford ready. 3-2 runner goes. That pitch is outside, ball 4. Tried a slider. He missed badly outside.
Yeah, too bad he really yanked on that one because it sort of looked like Matos was in swing mode, just too far outside.
And now you got 2 on and only 1 man down, and here is Patrick Bailey. Bailey 0 for 2 with a walk. Has not swung it particularly well this year. The average right now at 191. And the pitch to him is taken for a strike. Just dropped another changeup in there, did Woodford.
How about a little too hopper to Perdomo here?
Giants 3, Diamondbacks 2. The pitch is squared up foul, though. No balls, 2 strikes. First and second for San Francisco. It's the best rally they've had really since the 5th inning when they scored their last run. Woodford looking for a ground ball or a strikeout. That is 0-2. Is fouled again. Nothing in 2 now. You just need to avoid a mistake pitch.
Yeah, just keep the ball down here. Just work the bottom of the zone right now. Ground ball to any one of your infielders.
The 0-2. And outside. A little bit of a waste pitch. 94. And Woodford already working up quite a lather. The 1-2. Swung on, rolled over foul, first base side. Well, Woodford doesn't have particularly high swing and miss numbers. And so now it's just about trying to disrupt Bailey enough to either get him to chase something out of the zone or to make sure that it avoids the barrel of the bat.
Yeah, pitch to contact, get that ground ball.
1-2. And that one is up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two is a line drive base hit into center field, and that's going to score Lee. The throw goes into third by Thomas, and the Giants extend their edge to 2. It's now a 4-2 ball game.
threw this changeup right on the outside corner, but it was just a little bit too elevated. And once it's that high up in the zone, he's able to get the ball up in the air instead of hitting it on the ground. And that's the difference.
Now a mound visit as the D-backs, believe me, they wanted to do everything they could to keep it at 3-2, but now at a 4-2 deficit, still guys at first and second, you really cannot afford this late to go down by much more.
Not with that giant bullpen.
Woodford now working to Fitzgerald, the second baseman. At his first pitch, a cutter on the edge. In there at about 89 miles an hour. No balls and a strike. 2 hits and a walk this inning. You got Matos at second, you got Bailey at first. And here is Woodford's 0-1. Breaking ball, that is fouled back.
Something we've noticed about Fitzgerald really this whole series, he just swings. Oh, he ended up walking back in the second inning, but he likes to swing anything close.
Oh, 2. And that one too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. From the belt, here is Woodford's 1-2 pitch to Fitzgerald. And it's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good try. A little bit too far off the plate. You don't want to go to 3-2.
A look at second. Now he deals. And it's swung on and fouled off that foot of Fitzgerald. Just like we saw by Matos as he now hobbles back towards the right side of the box. Taking his time and feeling it out. A painful one, no doubt.
He keeps showing his moves, moving his feet. Yep, it hurts.
Now he uses his timeout. First and second, one out. The Giants lead 4-2. And they've already scored a run here in this 8th inning. Two-two pitch. Swung on. That's lined to center. Thomas holds his ground, makes the catch, and both runners retreat as there are now 2 outs for the third baseman, Brett Wisely.
Alec Thomas playing right in the right positioning there. Make that catch, freeze the runners.
Major League Baseball is taking over the ATL with the game's biggest events. The action begins with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then catch the 95th Major League Baseball All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Here's the pitch now. Wisely's swing and a miss. The count is 0-1. So sad to report that myself, Candy, Leo, and Steve will not be working the 95th All-Star Game.
I think you wish you were, because there's a Mizuno factory really close to that.
Well, yes, obviously.
And I know where you would be.
So I would not want to be working. I would just want to be in close proximity, as the 0-1 is too high. 1 ball and 1 strike. If you are listening, Mizuno, I will take your call. Any Mizuno Diamondback fans out there happen to be in the Gulf sector? Neither here nor there. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch from Woodford is again too high. This is a pretty lengthy inning. I understand the D-backs trying to save that bullpen, but now with 30 pitches, not even anybody up throwing. That means they're almost content to let Woodford go to 40 pitches.
Yeah, and really the start of this inning, I mean, it's a 3-2 game.
Here's a 2-1, and that's outside ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And the last point on that, Candy, you look at the game last night, right? Gallen goes 7, DeSclafani goes 2. You don't use anybody else, so it's a day off for most of your guys. They should be ready to go. And you look down there, and it's crickets.
Yeah.
The 3-1 pitch. There's a base hit into right field. Matos rounding third. He's going to score. And now it's a 5-2 Giant lead.
Kind of got that right on the end of the bat. Little two-seamer on the outside part of the plate. But he got enough of it to beat it to right field.
And now here comes Brian Kaplan, the pitching coach, to talk things over. Well, the Giants have unfortunately scored twice now in this inning. They've done it on 3 hits and a walk.
Kind of giving Woodford a little bit of a break also, like you hit on. 32 pitches thrown now. Nobody up, nobody getting loose. And just kind of giving him a breather.
I mean, no doubt, it's been taxing. I'm sure he had a lot of adrenaline going. First outing in the big leagues this year. And at 32 pitches, I mean, this is just certainly not, I think, what either one of us was expecting to see. First and third, Yastrzemski could really put this one at a pretty far reach. He's 1 for 4 with a homer. And the pitch here is too high for ball 1. Wisely, by the way, his 5th RBI of the season with that broken bat base hit. Still first and second. Or pardon me, first and third. Bailey got to third on the play. As now the 1-0 is swung on. That's barrel to center. Coming in, Thomas. He makes the catch. That's going to do for the Giants. They score 2 runs. They do it on 3 hits and a walk. They strand 2, and we now go to the bottom of the 8th. Giants now lead at 5-2. The Morgan & Morgan D-back.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
T-Mobile.com. Daniels Jewelers is the official sponsor of the trip around the diamond. Stop by any Daniels locations and say home run for your free team bracelet and $50 gift card toward any purchase of $99 or more. And at Daniels Jewelers, everyone is approved for credit. Daniels Jewelers, own the dream.
D-backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Bottom of the 8th inning, the Giants have extended their lead to 3 runs. It is now 5-2 San Francisco. Tyler Rogers is making his second appearance of the series. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play in a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. Rogers A 1.79 ERA so far, 42 relief of outings this season.
But that 4 walks, 33 punch-outs.
The first pitch is low for ball 1. Suarez did homer off of him back on the series opener on Monday. As now the 1-0. Swung on, ground ball to short. Adames on a belt tie, bounce gloves, and throws to first in time. 1 up and 1 down.
And that's really what Rogers does more than anything is 2 hop ground balls.
I'll bring up Lourdes Gurriel Jr. D-backs chasing 3 late. And now Rogers ready. The pitch and a strike. We talk a lot about the crossfire action by Kyle Backus and how effective that has been so far this year. Rogers has more or less made a career off of having an awkward delivery.
Yeah.
The 0-1 is a generous strike call.
I mean, both the balls that have been called strikes here on Gurriel, both been out of the strike zone.
The 0-2. Swung on, ground ball up the middle, backhand by Fitzgerald, and a wild throw to first. He just threw it away. And that's going to go into the Giant dugout, and that's going to put Gurriel at second base on the 3rd error of the season.
Yeah, probably robbed him of a base hit right there and just tried to get a throw anywhere in the vicinity, but it goes in the Giants dugout.
They're going to credit Gurriel with a base hit and then an E4, his 3rd. And now here is McCarthy. 1 on and 1 out.
Take that. Got a guy in scoring position now.
First pitch to McCarthy. He shows bunt, drops it foul. First base side, tried to drag one. Not the worst idea, but you really only get one shot at it. Flores is not super agile over at first base.
Not at all. And, you know, it's a hit waiting to happen if you can drop the butt that way.
No balls, 1 strike, the count. Giants 5, Diamondbacks 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. McCarthy 1 for 3. And the 0-1 swung on. That's a base hit up the middle into center field. And Larkin going to send Gurriel around third. Here's the throw. It is cut off. And the RBI knocked by McCarthy brings the Snakes back to within 2. It's a 5-3 ball game.
Another great at bat by Jake McCarthy. Just stings it right back up the middle. Base hit, RBI. D-backs just 1 swing away from tying this game up.
There is Alec Thomas.
And he can do it.
Boy, that error really stings, just like the 2 pass balls yesterday. Thomas is already homer tonight. And the pitch by Rogers is outside for ball 1. You think about that play, if Fitzgerald, let's just say he eats it, doesn't even attempt to throw. Probably the way the Giants are positioned for a double play, they might have turned 2.
Could have happened.
Instead, the 1-0 is outside again, ball 2. And you've got the bottom of this order cooking once again for the Diamondbacks and trying to make it happen so the top of the order can come up and either tie or take the lead. Throw to first, and McCarthy dives back in there safely. When you've got a big sidearm delivery, it's hard to be quick to the plate. And he already doesn't have overpowering velocity, does Rogers. The 2-0. And a strike. That is not even close, brother.
I mean, he's called 3 balls that have been clearly out of the strike zone strikes.
Here's the 2-1. Weak chopper to third. What a pick by Wisely. Goes to second for 1. Throw to first. Not going to be in time. He sold out for that one, did Wisely, and he made the play.
Boy, it just because of the speed of Alec Thomas and his ability to run hard prevents a double play from happening.
Well, here is Herrera. 2 outs, a runner at first. And the D-backs trailing 5-3. As Rogers, right-hander deals. And Perdomo, pardon me, that's Herrera's swing and miss.
Swung like Perdomo. He let it go.
No balls, 1 strike. Now the 0-1. And he drops a good sinker on the corner for his strike to make it 0-2. Rogers kicks, fires, and strike 3 called. Like a statue, Herrera goes down on strikes. The inning comes to a close. The D-backs get a run on 2 hits. But we go to the top of the 9th, and the Giants lead at 5-3 in the Morgan & Morgan D-backs radio network.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepas with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
When it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding, please report observed flooding to local emergency services or law enforcement and request they pass this information to the National Weather Service when you can do so safely. Repeating, a flash flood warning has been issued until 12:15 a.m. Mountain Standard Time Thursday for the following county: Maricopa, Arizona.
Willie Adames leading off. It'll be Adames, Devers, and Flores. Jake Woodford out for another inning of work. He threw 34 pitches in the 8th, and his first pitch in the 9th is a strike.
Yeah, faced 7 guys last inning.
Out of the windup, the 0-1. And Adames, check swing. He did not. 1-1 the count. Pick up a special Ketel Marte bobblehead next month on Saturday, July 19th, courtesy of Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. A 1-1 is low, and now it is a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Here's 2-1. Adames breaks his bat, a weak grounder to third, fair ball, backhanded Suarez, a throw not in time. The rare instance where the bat flew further than the ball. And that's going to be an infield hit here for the Giants.
Oh, it just shattered the bat. I mean, I credit Suarez for just really staying focused on the ball as that head of the bat just went flying past Perdomo into left field. He did everything he could to throw him out, but he beat it.
Tough break for Woodford. Made a great pitch. 99% of the time, that's going to be an out. And this just happened to be the 1%. And now here is Devers. Giants lead 5-3 in the ninth inning. And from the stretch, Devers swing and a miss. First pitch changeup, the count 0-1.
Boy, nice pitch also. Good movement to it, little sink to it, down in the zone. Big swing by Devers.
Devers tonight is 1 for 4 with 2 more strikeouts. And now the 0-1 here is too high. Cutter that time. 1-1 the count. Huge shift against Devers. Basically nobody in the vicinity of third base. As this one is reached for and popped up on the infield. Foul territory by the Diamondback on deck circle. It is Herrera who makes the catch. And a very important first out recorded by Woodford.
Another nice pitch, pulled the string on him. Devers out in front, pops it straight up in foul territory. And easy play for Herrera.
That'll bring up Wilmer Flores. 5-3 Giants, top of the ninth inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and pulled foul. No balls and a strike. Well, the Giants have a familiar name warming up in the bullpen, Camilo Doval. He has regained the closer's role. And now a throw to first by Woodford. Adames back in there with a dive. Not such a great season last year for Doval. And he's actually coming off a fairly difficult month. Had an ERA over 6 in June. As now the 0-1 is a sweeper that missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. However, on the year he does have 13 saves and a whip of 1.14. So that's what the D-backs have staring down at him. As this 1-1 pitch to Wilmer Flores is taken for a strike. That one right on the corner. And it's now 1-2. On deck is Jung-Hoo Lee. If he comes to the plate, he'll have a chance at the cycle. And here's the 1-2. Again, Woodford missed outside.
Trying to get him to chase on that slider that he's throwing, but Flores has been laying off it.
3-2 the count. A roll of the dice here by Torey Lovullo as the 2-2 pitch is low. And the count is full.
Again, nobody up in the Diamondbacks bullpen.
One on, one out. And the 3-2 runner goes. It's swung on and grounded foul. Flores tonight, 0 for 3, didn't walk and score in the first inning. At no point have the Diamondbacks led in this game, and they were trailing after the first batter in the top of the first. Giants trying to go wire to wire as that is another throw to first, the second disengagement. Full count to Flores. Woodford, he's ready. And the right-hander's 3-2 pitch is cued right back to the pitcher. He calmly gloves, and he throws to Tawa in time for the out. And now 2 down for center fielder Jung-Hoo Lee.
Well, nice play that time. He really stayed composed. A lot of spin on that ball as Woodford came in to field it. Made a nice throw right across over to Tawa.
First pitch, Lee, and he takes a strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1, and that is high. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Lee tripled in the first, he doubled in the fourth, and he singled in the eighth. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2.
Boy, just a high flat slider, top of the zone. Tough pitch to hit.
Last Giant to hit for the cycle was Pablo Sandoval. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 5-3 Giants, 9th inning. And the pitch is too high again. 52 pitches now thrown in the last inning and 2/3 by Jake Woodford. The 2-2 swung on. That is hit high and deep out to right, but it's playable for McCarthy, and he will make the catch, and that's going to do it here for the Giants in the 9th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. Last chance for the D-backs. They need 2 to tie. They need 3 to walk it off when we come.
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and to share this field with them.
It's a piece of history, so I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling. Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
APS.com/brighter.
At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Bottom of the 9th inning, last chance for the Diamondbacks as they trail right now 5-3. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. The best play at a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. And here comes Doval, the 27-year-old flamethrower. 3-2 record, a 2.70 ERA, looking to get save number 14 on the season. And he will face the top of this order for the Diamondbacks, trailing again by 2 runs. It is Perdomo to lead it off. He has reached base 4 times. And the first one from Doval missed badly outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Take the walk any way you can. Get a base runner.
Right-hander ready. 1-0 pitch. There's the strike. 1-1. Two singles, 2 walks. As this one is lined in the left field, that's a base hit. And a good start for the Diamondbacks as that brings the tying run to the plate.
Another beautiful swing by Perdomo from the left side, staying inside this ball and just throwing it to left field. Nice swing.
Hell, make him an all-star.
Yeah, why not?
Well, Duvall has given up 5 earned runs in his last 3 outings combined. And now Ketel, he takes way off the plate, ball 1. A slider that time, nowhere close.
You know he's going to try not to give Ketel anything good to hit here.
1 ball, no strikes the count. D-backs trail 5-3, bottom of the 9th inning. And the 1-0, there's a swing and a drive. Right field, we are tied.
There's your all-star. Slider, and he just hammered this ball.
Oh, the big man and the big occasion. And he comes through with a big swing. And with that trip around the diamond, stop by any Daniels Jewelers and say home run for your free team bracelet and $50 gift card toward any purchase of $99 or more. Daniels Jewelers, own the dream. And now a pinch hitter as Randall Grichuk will hit in the spot of Tim Tawa. A chance to win it. He homered last night as the pitch from Duvall is taken for his strike, and the count is 0-1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied at 5. And now the 0-1. Grichuk swings, sends a high fly to center. In comes Lee, and he will make the catch. That right there, the home run by Ketel, our launch of the game inspired by Honeywell. Honeywell, the future is what we make it.
Oh, they're showing the replay of Ketel. I mean, what a beautiful pass at the ball.
One out, nobody on. And Naylor, very productive day as he swings at the first pitch, and he pulls it foul.
Oh, that's a big cut. He liked what he saw.
Naylor does have a walk-off grand slam this year. That was against the Mariners. It only takes one right now. Here's the 0-1, and the fastball just grabs the corner, and they count 0-2. That one at 101 miles an hour. Good luck hitting that.
A little bit of giddy up on that one.
Now Naylor going to use his timeout and action up in the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. I believe that might be John Curtis who is getting loose. There's the 0-2. Swung on, pulled on the ground at first. What a pickup by Flores. Duvall did not get over, but Naylor a bit slow out of the box. It'll be a 3 unassisted, and now 2 down for Suarez.
That was almost a huge break for the D-backs. And Flores is playing on the base, goes to his glove hand side, catches the ball, looks to flip it, but his pitcher's nowhere in sight, so he's got to take it to the bag himself.
And so far, no replay reviews in this game, but as always, our replay reviews are brought to you by Planet Fitness. Get fit for less at $15 a month. Giants 5, Diamondbacks 5, and here is Suarez with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Suarez is 1 for 4 in his career against Duvall. Now he swings at the first pitch, and he fouls it. The count 0-1.
They've been throwing a lot of off-speed pitches to Suarez all night long, but not Duvall. He's going to reach back and he's going to challenge him.
Now the pitch is a little cue shot to first. That one just trickles foul. And it's 0-2.
Well, right on the inside corner. It just missed the first base bag.
Ketel Marte's 2-run home run in the bottom of the ninth has tied this game at 5. And Doval a strike away from extra innings as the 0-2 swung on and missed. He's down on strikes. The inning is over, but the D-backs have life once again thanks to the Marte home run. We go to the 10th. 5-5 our score on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs radio network.
The San Francisco Giants travel to Chase Field on June 30th for a 4-game series to take.
Jewelers.com/baseball. You can redeem at any of the 100 Daniels Jewelers stores nationwide. Own the dream with Daniels Jewelers.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Defensive changes for the Diamondbacks. Moving from the DH spot to first base is Josh Naylor. And now on to pitch for the Diamondbacks. It is right-hander Shelby Miller. Called to the bullpen, brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play in a new Ford is Sanderson Ford. We are in the top of the 10th inning. And Jung-Hoo Lee is the ghost runner at second. And we have a pinch hitter right now as Elliot Ramos will face Miller. Miller this year has been wonderful for the Diamondbacks. An ERA at 2.10. 34 in the third innings pitched, 39 strikeouts, only 11 walks. And the first at bat of the night for Ramos. And the first pitch to him swung on and missed. A top shelf heater. The count 0-1.
With Shelby's motion, it looks like when he throws his heater, it's almost like it's going upward because he gets really low.
Here's the 0-1. And Ramos swings and fights it off. It's knocked down by Marte up the middle. And Lee will have to hold at third base. That was a run saver by Marte. But it is going to be a hit for Elliot Ramos. And now first and third here for Patrick Bailey.
Yeah, great job knocking this down up the middle. Just gets the end of his glove. That would have been a run for the Giants. Be careful with Ramos at first base, too. He can run a little bit.
Bailey had a huge RBI base hit back in the 8th inning, part of that 2-run inning. And now Miller's pitch is low for ball 1. D-backs have not fared well in extra inning games this year. They have lost 6 of their previous 9. As the 1-0 swung on, that's hit out to deep center field. It's going to be deep enough to score Lee. Ramos looks to tag. Now he bluffs. Lee does come home. It'll be a sac fly for Bailey. 2 very productive at-bats his last 2 times up. And the Giants back in front 6-5.
Yeah, he got this ball up high enough and deep enough. Real easy for Lee to be able to score. The important thing is Thomas got that ball back in and kept Ramos over at first.
And we're going to see another pinch hitter now by the Giant manager Bob Melvin. As Dominic Smith hits for Tyler Fitzgerald. Looking for some thunder off the bench here. 1 on and 1 out. Giants in front 6-5. And the pitch swung on, rolled over to the right. Ketel has it, goes to second. There's one. Perdomo to first. It's in time. It's an inning-ending double play The Giants, to their credit, they score their ghost runner. And we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. D-backs will have the tying run at second when...
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
So these is MLB Network talent stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lawrence Shahadi
How
card?
about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lawrence Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
Distribution. Visit avnet.com to learn more.
Celebrate Independence Weekend at Chase Field. Arrive early on Saturday, July 5th to get the D-backs patriotic tee. Secure your tickets now at dbacks.com.
D-backs Front Office Focus. Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Ton of defensive changes for the Giants as we get ready for the start of the bottom of the 10th. Remaining in the game to play left field is Elliot Ramos. Moving from first base to third base is Wilmer Flores. Remaining in the game to play first base is Dominic Smith. And moving from third base to second base is Tyler Fitzgerald. Diamondbacks will start with Blaze Alexander as a pinch runner at second base. So Suarez out of the game for the Diamondbacks. The Giants have a 6-5 lead, and here is Camilo Doval.
Well, important thing is you got to get one in here.
Yeah, the first one to Lourdes is too high.
Lourdes needs a productive at bat here. Got to be able to move Suarez over, or that's Alexander, I think.
Correct. Ball is 1-0 pitch. Swung on, that is popped up out of play. And that's going to even the count at 1-1 strike. Second inning of work here for Doval. He gave up the 2-run home run to Cattell that tied it in the bottom of the 9th inning. Right-hander ready, 1-1 pitch. Inside, he missed with a cutter. And the count 2-1. Winning run at the plate here for the D-backs. 2 balls, 1 strike. And here comes the pitch. Swung on, in on his kitchen, he fouls it back. And that's going to make it 2-2.
Got to do something with this swing here. Can't afford to strike out. Need to move the runner over.
There have been 11 combined runs scored in this game. 6 of them have come in the 8th inning and beyond. Two and 2 the count. Alexander at second. And here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, but the ball gets away from... Oh, it's a foul ball, pardon me. Looked like a swing and miss. Bailey reacted like it was a swing and miss. Gurriel just didn't run, so he must have known. Kind of wish he didn't know.
I know, in a way. The swing and a miss might have been better.
Even if he doesn't run down the line, you get Alexander to third with 1 out.
And that's basically what he's trying to do right now.
Instead, the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Doval, he throws. Whoa, look out. That is an up and in cutter. And that'll do some damage. That was about chin high.
Well, good take. No way you could swing at that ball anyway.
Bottom of the 10th inning here in Phoenix. The 3-2 from Doval is swung on. That's hit out to fairly deep center field. Underneath it is Lee. Alexander going to tag. The throw is nowhere near in time. And the Diamondbacks have the tying run at third base with only one out and McCarthy coming up.
Great job by Gurriel getting that ball high and deep. Way back there where Alexander with his good speed gets to third base.
That's a really good at bat. He passes the baton to McCarthy.
Infield's going to be in for the Giants.
Got to be aware of that cutter in. It'll shatter his bat. As the first pitch is outside ball one.
Okay, right center is wide open. McCarthy can hit the ball out there. He'll run. It's an easy triple.
He had a walk-off against the Rockies last year against Victor Vodnik, who throws very hard as well. He tried to rush a fastball on the outside edge, and McCarthy poked it to left. As this one swung on and missed. Another slider by Doval.
Jake trying to pull that ball all the way with that swing.
If I threw a fastball 101 miles an hour, I don't know if you'd ever see me throw a slider ever, except in a game of catch.
You might not ever throw another pitch if you threw a ball that hard.
1 ball, 1 strike, tying run at third, bottom of the 10th, 1 out. Here it is. McCarthy takes outside, and now the count at 2 balls and a strike. McCarthy is 2 for 4. The pitch to him, swung on and fouled. And the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this is where the chess game really starts to intensify. Have to respect 100 miles an hour.
You don't have to swing really hard. You just have to make contact here. Try to poke through the drawn-in infield.
Doval's 2-2, swung on and missed. He struck him out with the nastiest slider of the night. And now it's going to take a 2-out hit by Alec Thomas to keep this thing going for the D-backs.
That might have been the best pitch that he's thrown tonight. You're exactly right. That bottom just fell out of that slider. Now the Giants can move the infield back, play it normally. Well, this is all about Alec Thomas.
First pitch, and he takes outside ball 1. The Diamondbacks have pretty much exhausted their bench. The only guy left is James McCann. And now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. That one was low and in and off the plate. And the count even at 1-1.
Yeah, same type of slider that he struck McCarthy out with. Can't do much with that pitch.
6-5 Giants, 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. And the 1-1 swung on, bouncing ball towards first. It's just foul. And now Thomas down to his final strike.
Gotta believe he's going to get that slider down and in like the one previous, and even like the one he threw McCarthy. Let's see if he leaves it up in his zone a little bit.
The 1-2 to Thomas. He swings and misses, and the ball game is over. The Giants hang on and win by a final score of 6-5 in 10 innings. And the D-backs struggles and extra innings continue. Again, your final, the Giants 6 and the D-backs 5. Candy and I will wrap it up right after this on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
The St. Louis Cardinals return to Chase Field for a 3-game series starting July 18th. Get your tickets now at DBACKS.com.
Honeywell Aerospace Technologies is proud to partner with the Arizona Diamondbacks to support STEM education in Arizona schools through the Future Shaper STEM Grants program. 10 schools will receive $5,000 each to fund STEM projects that inspire students and teachers. Are you looking for